Hey everybody, Jeremy here. So today I'm going to be taking a look at some more items that I got from Temu. So you guys seem to really enjoy those Temu videos. So as long as you keep liking them, I'm going to keep making them. But today I want to show you 10 items, including one bonus item that I got from Temu. And I spent a total of $10.52 on everything that you are going to see here. Now, these are all nice and small items that I think can have a practical use in everyday life. And if you're interested in any of the items that you see here today, be sure to check the description because I'm going to have links to everything that you can find on Temu that I showed today. All right, so let's get started right here in this room. This first item is one that I've seen on there quite a bit. This is a 3-finger LED flashlight glove, and it costs 98 cents. This is the right-handed version of the glove. They also sell a left-handed version, or you can get the left and the right-handed version for a little bit more money. And this is just something simple that's meant to just illuminate dark places where you would put your hands. All right, so let's give it a shot. So this is meant to house your index finger and your thumb. So I'm gonna put my thumb in here, index finger in here, just like that. And then I guess I'll just wrap this around my wrist and connect the Velcro, kind of like that. Okay, finger gloves. And here's the button right here for on and off. Hey, here's looking at you. Well, that's kind of cool. All right, but you really can't tell the effectiveness of this in this room where lights on. But over here in one of my collection displays, it's pretty dark. So let's see how well these can illuminate the space over there. I have you pointed towards one of my shelves for my 3D printed figures. So let's see how bright this can go. I'm gonna turn on this light for the glove. There you go. And let's see. Ooh, look at that. You know, that's a pretty decent brightness right there. I can go a little bit further back. You can see some of the figures back there, some of the ones out in front, and now it's gone. Now it's illuminated. Now it's gone again. So if I was like sort of reaching in here in the dark of night, I could totally see what I'm doing, and I can totally grab what I need to grab. Yeah, that's pretty cool. And I gotta admit, it feels kind of cool wearing this thing too. It sort of feels like Iron Man in a way. But yeah, you can see that this provides a pretty decent light. Still using my hands the way that I would normally use my hands, so I'm not angling it in any kind of a weird way, you know, just kind of grabbing and pinching and whatnot. But yeah, you can totally see what you're doing. For 98 cents, that's not bad. Let's keep the light theme going with this rechargeable keychain light. Now I paid 98 cents for this, and I think there was a couple of different versions of it. This one is plastic and it was 98 cents. And when I looked, I think that there was another version. Some part of it was made of metal, and that one was a little bit more expensive. But let's take a look at this. It's rechargeable via USB-C. So they give you a USB-C cable with it. And here is the keychain light. Now, it's pretty chunky, I do have to say. And when I just sort of bring my keychain over here, you can see that this thing is, it's wider than my key fob. So it's not a small device, but maybe that's a good thing because maybe you can just beam out a whole lot of light. So the other thing about this keychain light here is that it's also a bottle opener. So you can use this little part right here to pop open some bottles. Not sure how long that's going to last because this part is made of plastic. And then it also has this magnet right here on the back, so you can just put it on something, let it stick there and continue to use the light. There is the charging port right there on the left side, and on the right side, it's the power button. So let's turn this on. Oh, there you go. Shine it right in your face. Let me look at it a little bit. Whoa, that's bright. That is bright. Wow. That's a very bright light. But how bright is it? Well, let's just take it right back over to that display and see how wide this beam of light can go and how strong the illumination is. All right, back to the display, and here we go in 3, 2, 1. Hey. You know, that's pretty much showing you the entirety of the display. I'm not moving the light, but as you can see, moving from left to right, that's the end of it, or from right to left rather. This is the entire display with the light just in one place. So that's pretty darn good. So we got the light on now, but it has a couple of other functions too. So I can click it again, it'll turn off. Click it one more time and it's on. Click it again it gets a little bit dimmer. And then for the third time, it starts to strobe. So I'm just going to turn that off because I don't want to mess anybody up. But it has a few different effects. So if you're like riding a bike, I can see that strobe feature being really quite useful. But the effect from it being really bright to just dimming a little bit, it doesn't seem very pronounced. But this is still a pretty darn bright light, and it's also easy to put on your keychain. It's a little clip that you can just bend down. It feels like it's made out of metal. Clip it on your keys, and then you will be good to go. So handy little light for 98 cents. Next up is a 3-in-1 earbud cleaning kit, and I paid 88 cents for this. Now, I know a lot of us walk around with earbuds in our ears every day, sometimes for hours at a time. And I actually have 2 different sets of earbuds that I use pretty much every day. They got the Pixel Buds A and the Samsung Galaxy Buds Live. And look, we're human. Earwax, nasty stuff, it gets in those earbuds, which is why you shouldn't be sharing earbuds with people. We got a lot of nasty stuff going in there, and I am no different. So I definitely need to clean mine. But here is what the cleaning kit is comprised of. So here's what it looks like up close. We got this one pointy end right here, and then we also have this little brush attachment there, and then underneath that is this part here for some, well, actually, I'm not even sure what this part is for, but that's what the 3-in-1 consists of. So I need to clean my earbuds. I'm just kind of getting deep down in there where like the little speaker holes are, and having this little pointy bit here is really, really helpful for getting into like these really small spaces, and I could just kind of scrape the nastiness off. I'm not going to show you the nastiness. I don't want to, freak anybody out, but I can assure you it is definitely there. So yeah, this thing totally works, and it's not like some sort of crazy technology behind it. It's just a really pointy end that can just get down into these small places, and then you fish out the wax. That's what it does. And then once you get it all broken up on the surface, you can just use this and just brush it off. It's really awesome. And it's helpful, helps with cleanliness, and it can keep your earbuds looking good. So yeah, I totally recommend this thing. And I love the fact that it comes with this cap. It's very inconspicuous. Just pop it down and then you're done. Highly recommend it. This next item is for the craftspeople out there, and this is an 11-piece stainless steel rotary wood cutting set that contains a bunch of different discs, and I paid 71 cents for this thing. You get different size cutting discs in this packet. You can probably see them right here. I don't want to take them out because they are quite sharp, but the reason why I got this and I thought it could be pretty neat to have is because it also comes with this little tool here that you can attach to a power drill, and that will do all the rotating for you. So I already have a big disc on here right now, and the way that this works is basically you just have to unscrew this top part here, and as you unscrew it, it comes out. And when it comes out, you can take the blade off, and then you can put another blade down on top, and then you can just thread that screw right back in. And then from there, you can take your power drill and you can connect this to the power drill. So I'm just going to loosen this up here. Just drop that down in there, and I'm just going to tighten this up till it's nice and snug. And now we can start cutting stuff. All right, so what I got here is a really old table that I've had for many years. It's old, it's cheap, and I don't mind gouging it in the name of science. So let's see how sharp this is. So I'm going to do a little test gouge right about here. You see where it starts to get dark? That's where I'm going to test this. All right, so let's do it. 3, 2, 1. So there's a little gouge I made right there from like a second or two of sawing. So you can imagine if you have something that is thinner than this, you shouldn't have too many problems getting through it, especially if you got yourself a powerful drill. So hey, I mean, if you have fast rotation and sharp blades, you're going to cut through stuff. So if you only want to spend less than 75 cents in order to cut through stuff with your drill, this can be a good way to go, especially since you get so many different blades. Being outside right now is really appropriate because now I want to show you a clothing item. This is a neck gaiter that I spent 77 cents for. Now, if you're not familiar with neck gaiters, they're a really handy piece of cloth to have around, especially if you're going to be outdoors, because this simple little piece of fabric has a wide variety of different uses. Now, remember, this cost me 77 cents, but then I also have another neck gaiter that I got from Buff, which is a pretty well-respected company when it comes to neck gaiters. And I bought this a couple years ago, maybe for around $12 to $15. And this one right here is the Temu version. So they're very similar in their application, but as I feel this Temu version, I have to say I'm actually pretty surprised. I thought that it was going to feel like a really cheap piece of cloth that's not too much different than paper, but this actually, it has a little bit of a thickness to it, and then it's also stretchy, as it should be, because this is a neck gaiter. But here are just some uses that you can have for this thing. Like, for example, if you wanted to, you could wrap it around your arm, use it as an armband, put it around your wrist like this. Or you can do what is most commonly used for, and that's putting it over your head and on your neck. So for example, I take this, you can use it as a headband. All right, so you got a headband, something to catch the sweat, or you can take it, bring it down around your neck, put some cold water on it, wrap it around your neck, feels nice and cool. You can also take one of the ends here and bring it up around your mouth, kind of got like a bandit look going on. Bring it up a little bit more to cover your ears, and you can also grab the back, you can pull it up a bit like this, and you can cover your whole freaking head if you want to. And there's a lot of other different things that you can do with a neck gaiter. And just kind of messing around with this thing right now, I am really quite surprised. This is actually not bad. You kind of just put it on your head like this and kind of just leave it, like as a do-rag or something like that, So, wow. For 77 cents, this is surprisingly good, Like I said, I paid between like $12 and $15 for the Buff version. So if you ask me, is this 12 to 15 times better than this one? No, it is not. This one does have a softer material. You can see through it more. It breathes more easily. But dude, for 77 cents for this neck gaiter, I think this is pretty good. It's a thicker material and it's stretchy as it should be. It doesn't feel super cheap. This is actually pretty good. Let's take a look at another clothing product. These are self-heated magnetic socks, and I paid 97 cents for the pair. Temu says that these are for women, but I don't care because I don't want my feet to be cold. So I would like to put these on so that my feet can be warmed by the awesome power of magnetic energy, or however the heck this is supposed to work. All right, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna run some temperature tests. I have this laser thermometer here that I also got from Temu that works pretty good. And I'm just going to see if there's any temperature differences and see if my feet actually feel warmer once I have these on. I can tell you right now that my hard floor is about 70 degrees Fahrenheit. All right, and the bottom of my feet for these socks that I'm wearing is 78 degrees, 79 degrees. So let's just say 78 to 80 degrees. All right, so let me put these socks on, see if they are comfortable, of course, and then see if they actually heat me up. So this is what the socks look like. This is the bottom part of the sock, all the little patterns there. So yeah, let me pop these on. Well, first, how do they smell? Okay, they smell okay. All right, first sock going on. Oh, actually, before I do that, let me see what the temperature of my bare feet happens to be. My bare feet has a temperature of 84 degrees, pretty much. So my bare feet's about 84 degrees. Let's put these socks on. Now, wait a minute now. Check that out. I'm not gonna lie to you, these are kind of comfortable. I do have to say. I mean, they're not like super thick like these socks that I usually wear. These are very thin and they feel pretty comfortable. You know, that's pretty neat. It kind of reminds me of when I discovered stretchy jeans and how comfortable those are. And I'm like, where have you been all my life? But anyway, let me walk around a little bit, see how these feel on my feet. You know, usually when you wear socks, I mean, you would think that this would be on the outside that you're actually walking on. But if you look at the little seam right here, it looks like the sock is inside out. So I don't think you're supposed to be wearing it like this on the outside. I actually think that you're supposed to turn this inside out. And then, well, actually, this is not inside out, it's the correct way, and then wear it that way. So you don't see any more patterns, but it definitely looks like it's on correctly. So now I'm just going to do the same thing with the other foot and wear these socks the right way. So a couple of observations about these socks. One, they are pretty comfortable. I do like the way that they feel. They're a little thin though. I can see my skin through them, kind of like at the tips where the toes are. So if you got sharp toenails, you're probably going to puncture these sooner rather than later. But I do think that they are comfortable. Now, the other thing is, if you want to know the size of my feet, it kind of depends. So I guess my shoe size is around 10. So that's pretty much my shoe size, and this is how far these socks can sort of ride up on me. You see my ankles? So they don't go up very high, so they're like ankle socks. Now the way that they feel, I have to say it's weird because when that grippy part is actually touching your feet, as you walk around, you know, your skin is just coming into contact with it. And I don't know what that does as far as like massage therapy or whatever, but to me, it just sort of feels like I stepped in something sticky and I need to shake it out of my shoe. So it feels a little bit weird walking around, and my feet feel, I don't know, they feel like they're a little sweaty. I don't know. So let's take a temperature check. All right. So let me do the bottom of this. And it is 80 degrees, 79, 80 degrees. So really not much change there. But let me check my actual foot and see if that's any difference in temperature. 82 degrees, 80 degrees. I mean, I don't feel like there's really much difference. I don't know if the whole magnetic heating up your foot thing is really, you know, that pronounced. But as far as socks go, they are comfortable socks. And if you like the feeling of some spongy, grippy material on the bottom of your feet, if you find that therapeutic in some way, then hey, these socks could be for you. And you can also just kind of like wear them inside out if you just want some grip on a hard, slick floor. It will provide you with some grip. So, I mean, 97 cents for a pair of socks. It's all right. I need more socks anyway. It just wouldn't be a Temu haul without making a trip to the kitchen. And that's a good thing because I've got a couple of different products to show you, one of which I can show you in action. The other one, unfortunately, I cannot. And I'll tell you why. The first one is the one that I cannot demonstrate. Now, it is this. This is a universal 2-mode kitchen faucet adapter. And I paid 78 cents for this. Now, what this is supposed to do is once you connect this to your kitchen sink faucet, you can get a stream of water coming out, and then if you pull down on this, your streams will come out kind of like a shower. So, you know, if you don't have a sink sprayer or any other type of accessory so you can get those multiple jet streams of water, this will be something that you need. And the reason why I can't use this is because my kitchen faucet already has something like that built into it. I can just turn this on and then I can just push a button underneath and then that will make the jet stream come out. So I thought maybe I could use this in a bathroom faucet, but I can't do that either because those faucets are too wide and this just won't fit on it. But you know, it does come in a couple of different pieces that's easy to come together. This is made of plastic, you know, so it's not like heavy duty stuff, but you see you have this opening right here, then you have this part that you can put in here, and then they also give you 2 O-rings to also put inside just to keep the water, you know, flowing in there. And then also this rotates. so you have some articulation with your streams. So they do have some measurements there on Temu, so you can measure your faucet, compare it to this, and see if it'll fit. You're going to need one of those faucets that's kind of skinny. You know, if you got a nice wide one, it's most likely not going to fit. I mean, you can kind of just see the opening here. It's small, it's a small hole. You need one of those skinny faucets in order to make that work. So sorry, can't test it, but hey, it's super cheap. So if you think that your sink can take this adapter and you want to have a shower stream in your bathroom sink or your kitchen sink, just give it a try. It doesn't cost much. What do you got to lose? This next product I can show you in action, and it only costs 18 cents. So on Temu, they call this a kitchen faucet holding bag, but it's basically just a container that you can hang over your kitchen sink, and you can put your cleaning accessories in it, like sponges or scouring pads, or, you know, anything like that. And it'll make it so that you won't have to put it next to your faucet on the counter. Instead, you can just put it in this basket. Really super cheap. It's got drain holes all around it, and depending on the makeup of your faucet and the way that things are in your kitchen, you may even be able to have this hanging in the sink so the water can drain into the sink. But like I said, it's super simple. Let me show you how it works. So this is how I'm going to do it. I'm just going to wrap it around the bigger part of the kitchen faucet, and I'm going to snap it through the hole. It is a tight fit. And then it just sort of hangs right there. Now, the one thing about this is I do wish that these straps were longer, because what I would like to do is have this hanging, you know, over the sink. It kind of is, but it kind of isn't, you know, it's kind of lopsided. So I wish it was longer so I can put it there. But like I said, depending on the makeup of your kitchen and of your sink, you may be able to do that, especially if you have like a knob for the left for the cold water and then one for the hot water. You can probably put it over one of those and have that hanging down in the sink. Or maybe you don't have this centerpiece right here and it's just one big basin. I wish I had that, kind of like country style. That's something that could work in here. But anyway, what you would do is just put your stuff in here. I got my Scrub Daddy, which I love the Scrub Daddy. And then here's a scouring pad. Just tuck both of those in there, get them off the back of the counter. So yeah, if they're wet, you got drain holes, it'll drain down, you know, you're still gonna have to wipe this part down, but hey, at least you have another place to store your little cleaning bits and pieces instead of just putting them right behind the sink. Now, while I got you here, let me show you the next product, and it also has to do with cleaning, and it comes in a pack of 5 for 79 cents. Now, they call this the Magic Sponge Eraser. So yeah, it is a knockoff of the Mr. Clean Magic Eraser, but it comes in a pack of 5 for 79 cents. That's one heck of a deal. Now all we have to do is see how good these things are. So these things are completely flat, doesn't have any recesses, any grooves, anything like that. But I want to see how well it holds up when it's wet. So let me just wet this down real quick. And just see if it's just going to immediately tear into pieces. And it's not. It's holding its shape. It's holding its shape. Now, I don't think I have anything really, really dirty to try to test this out with, but I'm sure that I can find something around here. Oh, okay. There are some marks on this door. It's like somebody had some grimy hands when they touched it. So let's put this to the test, and let's see if I can get rid of that stain on the door. All right, so this is the real world. Sometimes stains get on things. So what I'm gonna try to do is just clean this up right here. Looks like it might have been like barbecue sauce or something, I don't know. But yeah, let's put this to the test with the Magic Eraser Sponge. That is pretty much gone. Another spot right there. That looks like it's pretty much gone too. Can you see the last stain right there at the very bottom? Let's give this a scrub, scrub, scrub. Got to put a little bit of muscle behind this, but it is gone. And here's the condition of the sponge after I was done. Like I said, I did put a little bit of elbow grease into that last one. I was sticking my finger in it. So there's a little bit of a hole in there. But I'm really not going to hold that against this so much because I've used Mr. Clean magic erasers before, and sometimes those things fall apart too. So, you know, it's not bad. But the main point is the stains that were right there, they are now gone. And you see how long it took? It didn't take long at all. All right, so we're at the home stretch. Next thing I want to show you are 15 sheets of sandpaper with grits varying from 400 grit to 3,000 grit. And I got these for $1.99. Now for some of these, you're going to get 2 sheets each. And then for the rest, you're only going to get 1 sheet. And depending on what you might need to use sandpaper for, these types of sizes may be enough for you. I know that they're enough for me. I'm really just sanding things that I 3D print that are not very big. So I tend to just cut some of this and then just use it. But yeah, 15 pieces of different grit sandpaper. I think this is a pretty good deal for me. So if you don't have an immediate need for sandpaper and maybe you can go without it for like a week or so, wait for the order to come in, you can grab some off of Temu. There's different varieties out there with different quantities and different grits. But if you're interested in the variety of grits that I got here, check the link in the description and you will find them for $1.99. And now it's time for the final item, and it is this solar lighter. I got this as a free gift from Temu. They do that from time to time. They let you pick from one of hundreds and hundreds of items for free when you place an order. So I decided to get this one, and the normal price is about $1.88. So the whole point behind this is you're supposed to be able to put different things that are flammable inside of this little coil here, and when you catch the sun just right, it's supposed to light it for you. So yeah, let's give this a shot. But first, let's see everything that comes inside the package. All right, so it's really simple. We got this domed piece here, and then we also get this spring that goes down in there. And then lastly, we have this piece that goes down in there, and then you put whatever it is that you're trying to light inside here, take it outside and catch the sun just right. So it'll be pretty cool if I can get this to work easily. But yeah, let's give it a shot. I'm going to take this dry dead leaf off of this dead rose here, and I'm going to try to set this on fire inside of that solar lighter. So I got it stuffed in there just like that, and now I'm going to take it outside. Hopefully the sun is still out. Oh, there it goes. There it goes. Look at that. Oh, hey, it actually burned a bit. Yeah, so you got to get it down at the very bottom. See, the sun is going in and out of these clouds here. And you got to be careful. Try not to look directly at it, because, you know, you'll glare yourself. But, oh, look at that. There it goes. There it goes. Yeah, the sun is nice and bright now. Hey man, that totally works, you know. So I imagine if you got like a match or something that, you know, is like super flammable, already has some type of medium on it, you could totally get it burning. You just saw here, it totally burned this leaf. So if it was a super bright sunny day, you can do this really fast. This is neat. So my friends, that is going to do it for this Temu haul. I had a really fun time showing you all these products, and I want to know which one of these products that you enjoyed seeing the most, which one you would like to have the most. Let me know down in the comments. And remember, if you want to get any of these for yourself, I also have links down in the description where you can find them directly on Temu. For me, I think I'm going to get the most use out of this 3-in-1 earbud cleaner because I wear earbuds all the time, and it's really awesome to be able to have an easy way to keep these things clean. So if you made it to the end of this video, thank you very much. I appreciate you, and I want to give something away. So Temu here threw these cards in the package, and it says that if you download the Temu app and you put in this code that I'm about to show you, you'll be able to get something for free. All right, it's like a giveaway. So here is the code. So if you're a new Temu user, download the app. I'll have a link in the description where you can download the app and put that code in, and let me know down in the comments what they give you, because I have no idea what that's for. And I'll be curious to see. All right, so once again, thank you all so much for watching, and I will have more videos involving Temu stuff coming up pretty soon. So until then, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next time.